wonder if Eve is ever gonna show up.
Well, let's just go out and get a seat. We'll meet her there.
So, Juliet, How are you and Romeo doing? Are you still in love as you were a few days ago?
Oh my, I get so stressed whenever I speak his name.
Why? What happened?
All I want to do is go and see my love Romeo. He says he wants to marry me and that he is in love with me. Tom, who do you have that you love?
Well, that's all that I want, to be with my wife. People are accusing me of a crime that I never did. Now, all I have to say goodbye to all the ones that I love.
Romeo and I's love is rare. It's impossible due to the feud between our families. This is love to me, fighting or doing something because in the end it's all worth it.
Sometimes you have to give up yourself for the sake of the people you love.
Exactly. Hey, I heard something about Eve. The stuff that happened between her and Adam.
What happened? She didn't go to the tree in the middle of the Garden of Eve, did she?
Hey Tom, hey Juliet, how's everything going?
Everything is confusing right now with Romeo and I. We are so in love, we just have to figure it all out.
Well, Adam and I were always together, inseparable. But then I saw the serpent. It taunted me. I did something stupid. Adam will never see me the same again.
If Adam and you are in love, then everything will work out. I've got the bigger problem. Romeo and I can't be together. Our love is fragile. It can break at any moment.
You two are too young to know what true love really is. Both of you speak of what you don't have. Juliet, you said that love is something you fight for because it's all worth it in the end. You say you and Romeo are in love, then fight. Eve, people make mistakes. You and Adam will figure it out. I've got kids at home. It's not only my wife. It's things I live for that I must say goodbye to. I have no say. I can't fight. I don't get to pick how it all ends. If the trial doesn't go to my favor, I must face a dreading goodbye. Love is not just a kiss or a hug. It's a connection, a journey. It's something words can't even explain.
Tom, I'm sorry. I'm just so scared that Romeo and I won't be together. Every time that I'm with him, I'm happier. My dad has other plans for me, and I refuse. Anyways, Eve, didn't you say that you did something stupid? What did you do?
Well, God said not to go to the tree in the middle of the Garden of Eden, and well, the serpent taunted me, like I said. I ate the apple from it, and well, you can't tell anyone this.
We won't. We promise.
I swear.
I was naked. I was so stupid because I made Adam eat it too. God got so mad. Adam is never going to forgive me.
Eve, don't worry. Adam still loves you. It's just a little tense right now. Eve, what do you see love like?
I hope so. And what is love to me? Well, love is being there for a man, like Adam, making them happy. That just makes you happy. It's working together, going through obstacles. That's what love is.
I see. Well, I guess if Romeo and I love each other, then we'll figure this all out. We'll be together somehow.
That's a better attitude. Like you said before, if you love something, fight for it. I'm just going to talk to Adam about it all. I know he'll understand.
Don't worry, you guys, everything will work out. I'm going to take the small time I have and make sure it's memorable because you don't have forever.
I know, but it feels like forever with Romeo. Same time next week, considering everything goes well with Romeo.
Yeah, same with my trial. See you next time.
Yep. Bye, guys. Tom, what happened to your arm?
It got caught in a cotton gin when I was a boy. Like to bled to death, tore all the muscles from the bones.
Oh my, that's so awful.
It's okay. I've learned to deal with it. I've been through worse.
Let's talk about it.
Just please, don't think of me any different.
No, of course not.
Well, a while ago, a white girl that lives down yonder pleaded that I raped her because her father, Mr. Bob Ewell, caught us together one day.
Our society is very diverse and racial. You know you're not supposed to be with a white girl. Why would you put yourself in that position?
I had to pass by her place going to and from the field every day. I tip my hat when I go by, and one day she asked me to come inside the fence and bust up a chifforobe for her. I guess she had asked me because it was chopping time and I had my hoe with me.
She just made up a case like that about you? That's not fair. She used discrimination to attempt to prosecute you. That's so obscure and...
Eve, calm down. A nice gentleman, Mr. Atticus Finch, was brave enough to take my case. My eldest father was the nastiest, scariest man I've ever met. Although it was very mean to lie to the jury, I guess I can understand why she did it.
That's so wrong on so many levels. Oh, hi Juliet. What do you have there?
A potion that Friar Lawrence was kind enough to create for me. It's part of some master plan, but don't worry about it. It's not important. Anyways, what about you guys? Long time no see.
Are you kidding me?
A master plan?
Let's hear it.
Guys, I would love to tell you, but I really can't. I've sworn to secrecy.
Come on, we talk about everything. You know your good friend Tom, and I won't tell a soul.
Fine. Just promise not to tell anyone. It could ruin Romeo and I's future together.
Promise.
Well, you heard the news about the big family feud between the Montagues and the Capulets, correct?
Yeah, of course. That feud's been happening for years now. That's old news, girlfriend.
Well, at an elaborate mask one evening, this really handsome boy named Romeo crashed the party. As I laid eyes on him, I knew it was love at first sight.
Romeo, ooh, tell us about this boy. We need gossip.
Well, for starters, he's very sweet, caring, lovable, charismatic, and of course gorgeous. He always compliments me on my beauty.
Well, that's definitely a keeper.
What's this master plan you've been mentioning earlier about?
Although I'm still considered a child, my father had arranged for me to marry Paris, who I did not like at all. Since I am very much in love with Romeo, I turned to Friar Lawrence for help. That's when he gave me the sleeping potion that he created to delay the wedding.
So you and Romeo are experiencing forbidden love? Be careful, because if this potion does not work, this could end in tragedy for you and your family.
Yeah, I know.
How long are you planning on delaying the wedding for? Don't you feel that your family, and quite possibly the nurse, will find out sooner or later?
Yes, but by delaying the wedding, it will give me time to escape to Mantua with Romeo. From there, we can continue to live our happy lives together.
How is this plan supposed to come into action if only you and the friar know about this?
Friar Lawrence is going to send Friar John to Mantua to deliver the letter to Romeo. The letter will consist of our genius plan to outdo this forbidden love situation. Anyways, how about you, Eve? Anything new?
Well, considering that I'm sitting here practically naked, I obviously have some stories to share.
Get at them then.
Well, I met this really charming boy, Adam, who soon became my husband. We were the only two people on earth at this time. A serpent convinced me to eat an apple and said that we'd be able to see what God sees.
What did he mean by that?
I took a bite of the apple first, and then Adam did, and that's when we realized that we were standing there naked.
That's so awkward. But that's what the serpent meant by being able to see what God sees.
Yes, and God said that we must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden. If we eat it, or even as much as touch it, we will die. But the serpent was very persuasive, and he was able to convince me to take a bite.
That's so dangerous. What in the world were you thinking?
The serpent deceived me. Besides, the fruit was very appealing to the eye. Once we realized that we were naked, we sewed fig leaves together and made coverings for ourselves, much like this one.
What happened to Adam?
Since we disobeyed God's orders, it put a curse on us. He granted that Adam will rule over me and greatly increase my childbearing pains. God said that he will have to do hard labor pretty much every day of his life.
This Christianity myth has grown into our everyday lives now. This is how we all ended up on Earth?
Yes. Adam and I went through some tough times, not to mention many difficult obstacles that we had to overcome. But of course, we made it through.
That's good. Things always get worse before they get better. We all experience conflicts in life, but we always manage to get past them.
We always help each other get through issues. Oh, and by the way, like I mentioned before, please keep your lips locked about the potion the friar has given me.
Of course, Juliet.
I feel really bad because I'm disobeying my father's wishes, but he just can't get over this feud.
From my past experiences, this will always work out.
Thanks, you guys are the best. We should do this again sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Juliet, I've heard about the family feud going on between the Montagues and Capulets. What's going to happen between you and Romeo now?
Yeah, the feud's been going on for a while now. Well, since both of our households are alike in status and honor. But Friar Lawrence has agreed to marry me and Romeo before my father decides to marry me in Paris. Romeo is a perfect man to me, and Paris cannot compare.
Oh wow, look at you all grown up. You're only turning 15 and you're sneaking around your father's back with a Montague, disobeying his rules. It must take a lot of courage to stand up to someone who loves and protects you.
Well, we can't always do what others please. Enough about me now. How about you? Listening to serpents making you eat apples? Now that's good.
Well, I had to. The serpent had told me that if Adam and I were to eat the apples, we would be able to see what God sees.
Well, as they say, curiosity killed the cat. Even though you knew you weren't supposed to eat the apples because God told you not to, you still had the nerve to.
Well, like they say, you'll never know until you try. And we were still here today, so clearly there's nothing wrong with the apple.
I guess some things just work out in the end.
What's going on down here?
Oh, nothing. Just discussing how much courage Juliet had, disobeying her father to marry Romeo.
Yeah, and how much bravery Eve had to listen to a serpent eat an apple even though she knew she wasn't supposed to.
Well, it seems to me as if there's some tension in the room. I think I should take it from here and tell you ladies what bravery and courage is.
There's no tension. We're just having a casual conversation, and clearly you know what bravery is because you've just walked in here and interrupted our conversation.
Now, Juliet, you don't have to be so rude. Please, Tom, continue.
Anyway, as you guys already know, I was accused of raping Mayella Yule, even though I would never think of doing that to anyone in my entire life. Bob Yule, her father, had caught us together one day, even though Mayella tried to make the first move on me. Today was my court date, and I was pleaded guilty. It was so hard for me to hear that. I was being sent to prison for something that I didn't even do. It was like I could talk so much as I could during the jury, but no one could hear me because of the way I looked.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Tom, and I know exactly how you feel. When Romeo first laid eyes on me, it was like no one else mattered besides me.
You may have good looks, Juliet, but you're one selfish person. And Tom, I'm so sorry to hear. It must have been hard to live in a society where you're discriminated against. All people care about are how people look, and not their personality.
Yeah, well, today's society prejudizes people for stupid things. It's hard for me to cope with when everyone thinks of you as a stereotypical African American, whatever that's supposed to mean. I just hope this doesn't affect my family. I mean, I love them to death.
I understand. If anything ever happened to Romeo, I wouldn't think for a second not to take my life for him. He means everything to me, and I want to be with him forever.
I guess anyone would do anything for the ones they love. And it's always good to look on the positive side of things, Tom. Eventually this will all be over and you can resume your life.
Yeah, you're right. Hopefully everything blows over and I can start fresh again.
Everything will work out in the end.
Yeah, for better or worse.
I don't wanna be anything other than what I've been trying to be, baby. All I have to do is think of me and I have peace of mind.